my questionable fan base. I'm Tiger DHS, your guide maker for this video, and today we are going to be doing the floating continent. And so for this, ignore that, that was a failed attempt at doing the Outbreak Moon number 3. Gonna need to do some preparing for that. But we're going to be introducing a new unit to the roster. The anti-alien cat, true form of sexy legs, the one and only macho legs cat. And we're bringing back Jamira Cat with his angel and alien pushback. He can push back against those angel and alien enemies. And now we are going to be taking on the stage with a CPU, sniper cat, and a treasure radar. So there's pretty good rewards here if you do it right and quickly. Obviously I don't really have any good units for it, so we're not going to be doing it that quick. This guide does request you to have all treasures from chapter 1, all superior, of Into the Future, all superior treasures of 1, 2, and 3 of the Empire of Cat stages. And for this chapter, if you don't have the time to collect all the treasures superior, you want your aqua crystal completely superior, which you would have had from the week before last, where we did the guide on the Great Abyss. Go check out that video if you haven't already. The plasma crystal, which is made up of the later levels. We don't need this one, that's base defense. We aren't really gonna need that. Really. There's no black enemies in this stage. I think there's a BB bunny or two. That's it for red enemies. Floating enemies, there's none of. Heaven's Fruit, you are going to want all superior because there is some quite tough angel enemies in this stage. And obviously energy recovery, don't need, it's whatever. And so, we can just hop right into this one. And so, I'm going to turn off that CPU. Crazed Cat has escaped from us. His goods for stalling. And also turn off your sniper the cat. But he is a little bit too fast and he might just jump at the base a little. Luckily a Baba will stop him. Thank you, Baba. And so you're going to want to get level 3 or 4 worker cat. And now we can play the saving game, where we save it for Bahamut Cat, and not much else. And there's going to be some those guys that are those guys. And we're not going to put out Bahamut Cat just yet. You're going to want to be luring. And boom. So, the delayed start is because we are going to be doing some Bahamut stacking. If you remember from all the way back in the Crazed Cat video, go check that out, because you need that for this video. If you don't have it already, of course. Sorry, a bit of a cold. You're going to want to do some Bahamut stacking. And by the time you've killed off these 3 hippos, I've killed off 1, but by the time you've killed off these 3 hippos, you're going to want to get a max worker cat and not put out anything else. Just don't put out anything else. Just trust me on this one, because otherwise that's going to ruin your chances at getting more than one Bahamut. Now the reason we're stacking Bahamuts is because at the start of this stage, the Nimoy boar, once you hit the base, the Nimoy boar is going to come out and he is going to destroy you. But if you can get a little bit of damage off early, you can soften that blow and make sure he can't absolutely rip through everything. You're going to want to get at least one knockback on him at the beginning. So now, there's going to be some angelic hippos accompanied by a moth. And this is a alien moth. Big alien moth guy. And he's pretty big, not too scary, but pretty big. And he will most likely knock back your Bahamut. If you don't meet shield, well, yeah. But that is okay, because we're going to be Bahamut stacking, so 1 or 2 knockbacks doesn't really matter. Actually, don't let him get knocked back 2 times, but it doesn't matter dramatically. Unless he dies, that wouldn't be good. So now we've killed that angelic hippo. If I cat cannon on time, then I can stop Bahamut from taking a shot at this moth. And now what the moth is going to do is he's going to freeze everyone at the front. And so if I shoot now the cat cannon, yes, Bahamut's going to miss that shot. So we aren't going to push forward as hard. And so now he'll hopefully miss the moth again and just be hitting the hippo. Oh, getting a bit hairy and scary here. But hopefully we can get through this little patch. Yeah, they're not pushing on Bahamut. They don't really push unless there's a Gabrielle Doge there. Okay, now once the moth gets hit twice, I know it's been hit once, but once it gets hit twice, it's going to die. And that is not too good for us. Hopefully I can sync up the shots correctly with this and make them miss. Yes, they missed. And we're trying for one more, but I don't know about this time. I might just only get 2. Oh, they might be knocked back here. No, it seems like, yep, okay. Now you can slap on your CPU for a little bit until it hits the deploy limit. Then it is going to try to get everything out as soon as possible. And so Bahamut's going to wreck through all of those littler enemies very quickly. And we're going to release the Nimue Boar at 6,000 HP, or 2 Bahamut shots. Boom, boom. And that wasn't preferable. You don't want to have your Bahamuts shooting right at the time to release the base guy, because that is going to mean that they've just shot, and so now they have to reload. And oh, one of them's dead. You want to get 2 shots off at the start. That's the preferable amount, at least. Oh, he's dead. Hopefully Jamira can knock them back a little bit. That's what he's here for. But we've got another Bahamut out. He's pushing. Money is going to run a little bit low until your Bahamut is up close. There we go. Killed some stuff. And so what we're looking for now is a damage knockback. That's the big knockback, not just the little sniper the cat knockback, the big knockback. And this is going to indicate there's 50% boss HP or lower. And it's also going to mean that you have gotten yourself a very good run. Or just a good run in general. It's not that hard. And that's not it. I thought maybe with that Bahamut shot, but no. Come on, Bahamut, take another shot. Oh, yes, that's our 50% damage knockback. And now, this guide also requires you to have 30 cat food to use a cat food continue. And now, if we can kill something, you just want to get as much damage off as you can, but you know that this is a good run, and that if you use a cat food continue, it is most likely that you will succeed. You just want to get him as low to 0% as possible. Obviously 0% is the goal, but that is going to be quite tricky. Even if you could manage to kill enough stuff to get a Bahamut out, it would be quite tricky to get a shot off that would kill, or enough shots off that it would kill. And so, now, we're going to let him destroy the base, and that is okay. And next week, also save 30 cat food for next week when you are going to need it again for Valkyrie. Or even, not even next week. We could do that sooner because we're going to get the thing here. Anyway, Gone and Lost, which is fine. We're just going to see 38%. Now, anything below 40% is acceptable, and so 38% is fine. Now, you don't have to have the CPU on. You can just do it yourself, but you can use the CPU. Excuse me, a little bit of a cold. And so, now, you should be able to kill this Nimue boar. As long as the CPU does its job. Not completely relying on the CPU doing its job, it just should do its job. Just gotta hope it does. So, you might be on a little bit of thin ice here, but 2 Bahamut shots should be enough to let the rest of the guys do the rest of the work. Possibly we can get in 3, that would... Oh, we've done it, we've killed him. So guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed this little guide. Next week, or possibly not next week, next time, we are going to be doing the moon. Now, I just gotta make a guide on that, and then we are all set to go to the moon. Again, for the 5th time. But we can just celebrate, finish off this little end tribute of myths. And so, Jameera Cat's not essential, but he is very nice to have. He didn't do too much in this run, but in a couple of runs I've had leading up to this has been really good. And anyway, some cats you can put in. Rover Cat, really good meat shield. He can take a lot of hits from the big boar. Your old Any Uber. I have Mazzuli. Volta is really good. He can freeze up this guy. Ye old Seafarer, he can freeze, or that's Seafarer is true form, Surfer is first form. Can freeze aliens. Any anti-alien except Wheelcat will do. Wheelcat is terrible. That's the moral of the video. Wow, a whole score of 0. Just what I always wanted. Now we're at the moon. So guys, really again, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.